Bad idea. Our next question comes from Indiana, who asks, what are things that you think are completely off limits for people who are interested in becoming community managers? What is something that every manager should say, oh, heck no, to?
Oof.
I think
I don't know.
I think I'm a terrible person to answer this question because I'm notoriously bad at saying no to additional work.
I mean,
that seems to be true.
Like maybe not a specific thing, but like if the workload is becoming too much where your personal life is affected, your work life balance is being affected, maybe you're getting anxiety, or maybe you have other obligations like an actual job or school or something where that's starting to hurt.
Yeah, I think it comes back to, something that can be said for literally everything in life. Know your limits.
That's what I was going to say.
Recognize where those lines are, where those limits are, and, push them every now and again, but don't consistently take on more that is above and beyond those limits that you're aware of.
Yeah.
It's going to happen at times where you take on more than you can handle. That's how you discover those limits.
Right.
But don't make an effort to push so far beyond them that everything just crumbles.
Yeah, and I think the ability to go back to the communication. Pretty sure communicability is like transferring diseases and things.
Close enough.
The communication thing. While I wouldn't think that there is a specific type of thing that all managers should say, oh heck no. Being able to be clear about the things that you won't be willing to do as an individual manager or as an individual streamer or whatever. Likewise, when you discover them, which is the same point I think HBFox was making, if you see that you are coming up against a wall and you're not capable of handling this type of thing or this volume of things as a manager, I think you need to be willing to kindly make it clear that you can't do that or that you need to tone down how much you're doing because for any number of reasons. It affects the other work. And of course, you want all of that stuff to still be strong and capable of getting done. If you're doing too much, everything can get affected. You need to be able to communicate that, I think. I think it's less about the specific items that have to be off the plate and more about knowing yourself, your own limits, and being able to communicate them when you discover them.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm still trying to think of like an example that's like one specific thing. I would just say something that's like illegal.
Oh well, yeah. Go get me some drugs real quick. Caffeine? You want caffeine? We can do that.
Now, to be fair, I did do that for you at TwitchCon last year.
Caffeine. That's absolutely true. That is absolutely true. He tried to go. And all of the 7-Elevens and whatever were completely out of stuff too,
yeah.
or like
so
3 miles away.
I think that's less manager and more just, friend doing a thing for a friend. But, if he wanted to pay me for it, I wouldn't say no.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
But yeah, so I agree with what you guys mentioned.
Honestly, even nail appointments, it's possible. I think HBFox would have been willing because I had to get my nails done for a charity event. And I had to make an appointment. He totally would have been willing, I think, to make that nail appointment.
Yeah, it just goes back to what you're willing to do and what you're not and where your limits are. Mm-hmm. I don't draw my line at making nail appointments. I'll do that. It doesn't bother me any. So
we'll go together.
Yeah. I would say things that would be like financially costly to the manager as well. Like, let's say the streamer asked you to fly out to a convention, but like wouldn't pay for it. Like,
oh yeah, that's true. It's a very good point.
Something that's costing money that they're not reimbursing you for.
And even more than money. a lot of stuff. Like I think it would obviously be off limits to draw an ultimatum and go like, you have to leave your boyfriend or girlfriend because it's cutting in too much time into your management role. Like that's not your place. Like you need to talk to them about management stuff, not their personal life and how that's affecting it, just whether or not this thing is being affected at all and how that needs to be changed, not give the personal advice for how to change that with the personal ultimatum. Cost, wherever it happens to be, there are points where I think that would be off limits. Asking somebody to take on a personal burden that can't be professionally compensated appropriately, that's off limits. I would say, yeah, that's a good point.